Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Gameplan Bootcamp, day number 6. You have survived the first week. We are well into our way in the second week, and it's totally okay if you're running a little bit behind because you can join at any time. And then go back over to your video that you're on and work through them in order. Video 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are joining us for day number 6 of Bootcamp, and tonight we're going to be covering your greatest tool, which is a detailed tour of the Young Living Virtual Office. This is the book that I'm working out of. If you don't have a copy yet, you can get it on Amazon. If you buy the book, then you can get the Kindle version for $2 if you've already purchased the book. So you could use it tonight, right now, and do the boot camp with us this evening. And the benefit to having it on Kindle is you can do it from your phone or you can do it from your PC. You don't have to have a Kindle device to be able to do that. So honored that you guys have hung with me for an entire week. Like, y'all are crazy. That's all I gotta say. You're insane to sit here and look at my ugly mug for an entire week. You ready for some oil adrenaline? It's boot camp time. I'm a Young Living Platinum. My name is Sarah Harnish, and I am the author of the Game Plan book. See? I swear it right there. The purpose of this boot camp is to train you how to use the most duplicatable system in all of Young Living. It is as simple as it possibly gets. If you are a red personality and you want to do this sucker by yourself, man, you go for it. You take your strengths and you just knock it out of the ballpark. Maybe you're just popping on to get a glimpse of the videos and you're going to go do your own videos on your page. I would love to see that. I would love that. I'm a red also, so I totally get it. Maybe you're blue and you're like, man, Sarah is not fun enough, so I'm going to go have some fun. Maybe you're an emerald, a green personality, and you just really need a step-by-step plan to know how to do this. And you're going to send people to the videos, and you're going to check in with them as an accountability partner. Maybe you're a pearl personality, and you want to do it in small group studies, and you want to have your team right there with you. Maybe you have them get on and you watch the videos every day, and then you do a quick Zoom call right when we end, and you get all your leaders on that Zoom call so you can connect with them. There's no wrong way of doing this. That's a cool thing. As long as your team is getting the content, you're going to explode. You're going to blow up. You're going to set your team on fire. And you're going to give clear, concise, simple, easy to follow instructions on what to do. I'm the news anchor, so I recorded the 101 in an audio format and put it up on the website for free that you guys can share. So if you got people that you want on your team, they're in a different state, or people you've been trying to get to a class and they're too busy, they literally can hit play from their cell phone while they're driving and listen to it all online. It's completely media friendly. It's super easy for you to share. You literally just right click, download it and email it, or you can literally save it and share the link to all of your teams everywhere. And we made it really, really easy for you to do that. And it's totally free. You just go to oilabilityteam.com, you click on free stuff, and you'll see the 101 right there in audio format. And it's just our gift to you guys. We're all on the same team. And my goal is to pack that stage with as many diamonds as we possibly can. And if this makes it easier for you guys to rank up by getting that lecture in every single person's ear that you know, with no obligation to show up for a class and take time away from their family, as long as you're connecting with them and you're doing good follow-up with them, you're still going to have good results if they've listened to that 101. All right, you got to do the follow-up, though. Y'all are going to have to do the work, and we'll train you on how to do that. I can give you the nitty-gritty of what all of my retreats include. There's always 7 components to all of my retreats. Number 1 is team bonding. So we always do things to make sure that the team is glued together with each other. Number 2, fellowship and new friendships. And we usually accomplish this by putting everybody in extremely tight quarters. On purpose. We don't believe in privacy. So we just did the Myrtle Beach retreat about 6 months ago, and we rented a beach house. We had 53 women in the beach house, and we had 17 beds. So you can imagine what that looked like. We had people crammed in the hallways on air mattresses. We had people out on the porch. We had people that put up tents by the pool out in the back. Like, some people stayed off site. It was awesome. And they were talking and crying and praying with one another well into the night, just in all the corners and the nooks of the house. And I saw the same thing this last weekend with all of my silvers and above at the retreat. Just so many women in bathrooms holding each other's hands, just talking with each other. The third thing that we include is specific training. You're never going to come to my retreat without walking away with a bunch of new ideas in your head to walk away with. So specific training on how to get to the next rank and very simple tasks to keep them on track. Usually I will speak, and then I will have diamonds call in on Zoom that are my friends. Platinums call in, crossline, and then they'll train my team too. So we had a whole bunch of diamonds. We had one call in from South Korea, is a really good friend of mine. The fourth thing we have is gifts. lots of gifts, swag bags, training bags, scavenger hunts, gifts for games. Like, I just load up on my silvers, like load up. One of my favorite things we did this year was we served the Harnish hot cocoa recipe and homemade whipped cream and homemade chocolate sauce recipe. And we served it in mugs that we surprised them with at night. And the mug said, Royal Crown Diamond or bust. And the team went crazy for that. Like, they absolutely love these little cocoa mugs and they got to keep them. Oh, Sherry's got one. One of my silvers is actually here with me right now. There she is. You can see her.
I'm in my PJs.
These were the mugs we gave them, Royal Crown Diamond or Bust, which I have, we love to sneak little things like that in during the retreats just to keep them on their toes. They never know around the next corner what we're going to be giving them. Sometimes we give everything in a bag, and it's all the supplies that they need to get through the weekend. So like, Teresa Yeager's on here. She's one of my silvers in 6 too. Sherry says, hello, Teresa. So sometimes like Hunger Games, they give you supplies to get through the weekend. Like, we do that. We'll drop supplies to the team throughout the whole weekend. And they're like, what is this? Like, what's the purpose of this? And then something hits them right after that. And they didn't even know it was coming. And we have so much fun at the retreats. And then let's see. So the 4th thing is gifts. The 5th thing is healthy food. If you guys saw any of the pictures, now the first night I made them Southern chicken, and admittedly that was not healthy. Garlic smashed potatoes has like 3 pounds of cream cheese, sour cream, and butter in it. But most of the time we're serving a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. We use the protein powder. We sneak it in stuff. We do use the einkorn flour. Like, we're piecemealing out a lot of the stuff Young Living has so that they can try new things. We swap all the soap and all the shampoo and everything in the bathroom so they get to try a whole bunch of new products at like every turn. The 6th thing is we have vigorously competitive gameplay. I actually have videos of some of the games. Oh, Rachel DeVolk is on right now too. And so is Kathy. These are some of my silvers that were at the retreat this weekend. And so we have it gets grueling on some of these games that we do. They're like downright brutal. We did the game of Tenzi, and I don't know if any of you guys have ever played Tenzi before, but it's a really fast dice game. So picture an entire room packed full of silvers trying to roll their dice on like a 4x4 desk. Like, it's like this little tiny desk, and they're racing each other to try to all get the same number. And then we give away like entire collections of oils for people who win first, like the Golden Touch kit. We gave a whole Vitality oil set away with the cookbook. It was so much fun this weekend. So we usually have really like downright brutal gameplay. We have corporate prayer is the 7th component to every single retreat. So at this retreat, we played that grueling match of Tenzies for $1,000 different in oils that I handed out just over 2 days. It was intense. At our last retreat, we had a human-sized Dutch Blitz cards. They were just these massive Dutch Blitz cards. And then we pitted all the teams, all the silvers against each other on the beach. So they're running up and down the beach with these Dutch Blitz cards, and it was so much fun. Like, it was just awesome. So more ideas coming in my next book, but those are just a few things that we did this last weekend. But we always walk away, all the silvers always walk away refreshed, refocused, and with brand new friends. I want them to be able to text each other while we're on team trainings and just have sit up into the night and make new friends. And you're right. And at the heart of the whole thing is Christ and is corporate prayer with all of us praying together. So it's just awesome. It's a lot of fun. All right, you guys ready to dive into chapter 6? That's where I was this weekend. I'm back. I'm refreshed. I'm ready for you for boot camp, and we're on week 2 of 6 or 5 weeks of training. So chapter 7, I will tell you tomorrow in game plan, is absolutely critical. Like, it's one of the top questions that I get in all of Young Living. And Wednesday is the number 1 question that I get from business builders. So those 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, you really, really, really need to make sure that you watch those videos. All right. Wednesday is, I don't know enough people. How do I fill classes without knowing people? So really important question. Tuesday is, I have so many people that say they just feel like they have to be an aromatherapist to answer questions, or they don't have the education to be able to run a business. We're going to show you tomorrow that you don't have to be the expert to do this. You don't need to be an expert. We're going to take all the pressure off of your shoulders and give you real life tools. I'm never just going to throw something out and say, you don't need to do this. You don't need to feel this way. And then I'm not going to tell you how to do it. So I'm going to throw it out, and then I'm going to give you the tools to walk away feeling like, oh, okay, I got this. She means it. Like, she really doesn't need to be the expert. Like, I got it. All right. You're going to really feel empowered when you walk away tomorrow night. So all of that is tomorrow. If you missed chapter 5 last Friday, if you didn't catch that, you really, really, really need to go watch week 5's video. Please promise me you're going to go back and see that one and share it with all of your leaders. Any of your leaders that complain to you, they need to see that video. All right. That video is on excuses. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't know people. I have kids. I don't know how to balance all this. We debunked all of that last Friday. Like, we just shredded all of those excuses. So watch that video and then share it to your page. Watch it and share it. It's a really, really good video. Tonight requires a little bit of brain power. This is the only video that we have, other than when we're going over the compensation, that we have to crunch numbers. And y'all, I told you, I wrote game plan in one day, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So I'm a wordsmith. I like speaking. I like anchoring news. I like writing books. I like writing lectures. I've written 45 lectures in 2 years. Love writing lectures. I really don't like math. I really don't like numbers. So this was a stretch for me. So our oil for tonight is brain power. Okay. This is what I want you guys to get out and just like douse yourself in as we're going through the numbers in Young Living and doing a full tour of the virtual office. So it's really, really good. Alice says, oh my goodness, day 5 felt like I've been to church without my steel-toed boots on. I felt wounded. She says, it's a good class. Don't miss it. Yeah, Friday was really, really powerful. Today is just a nuts and bolts kind of class, but we're going to make up for it on Tuesday and Wednesday. So those of you that are on here that are diamonds, I know we have 30 to 40 diamonds on here doing this with me right now. And they've got teams going through the boot camp too, which is awesome. Like, that's awesome. That actually convicts me to make sure that I'm constantly learning from my stars and my distributors and my senior stars. Like, you don't ever want to get to a place where you're like, oh yeah, I know it all. I got this down. Guys, if I ever get to the place when I'm Royal Crown Diamond and I'm like, oh yeah, I got it. Like, I don't need any more training. I want you all to catch me at convention and knock me over and say you're arrogant, you're not humble, and you're not growing. Because if you ever get to a place where you can't learn from the people around you, because everybody around you's got something they can show you. Everybody. My dog right there. There's my dog, Dallas. She's right there. She's got something she could teach me. My dog. So she's swift. So if you ever get to a place where you're not learning from other people, then you're not growing. You're not growing your business. So I love it that we have a plethora of people on these trainings. I will tell you, if you're diamond, you probably know the virtual office like the back of your hand. But the reality is, you're going to be sending these videos to people that just got their kit and they have no idea what they're doing. And if you have been on the VO, I'm still going to teach you a couple of new tricks that maybe you didn't know about. So hang tight, and we're going to get through tonight. And then I'm still going to give you some strategy and some neat things that will empower you for this evening. So this is a chapter where we really start getting into some meat and potatoes. It's intense. How do you actually run a Young Living business? By being aware, by watching what's going on so that you know where you're going. You don't ever want somebody to miss their paycheck because you didn't see that they didn't spend their 100 PV. Okay, you don't ever want to find out that somebody missed a big award on Essential Awards by like $2 because they spent 188 PV instead of 190. Like, you need to be watching that stuff. So from here on out, in the training, I am going to walk you through one cycle of your Young Living business. So if you're a senior star or a diamond watching this, you probably got this part down in the virtual office. But keep in mind, again, the purpose of the boot camp is to train your new leaders. So let's teach your team how to teach this. All right, I want you to picture teaching this yourself. This chapter is pretty neat because Young Living has done a lot of the work for you online. You don't need any costly business tools because just about all of it is offered through the virtual office. This is where you track your team and where you track yourself. It's where you learn all there is to know about Young Living. If you've never logged into your virtual office before, go to youngliving.com, click on sign in. You're going to need your username and your password, and then you're off and running. If you're not sure of your username and your password, you can call Young Living Member Services and they'll look it right up for you. And if you don't know that number, Google Young Living Member Services and it'll pop up in this like massively huge number on Google, and that's the number that you call. So now I'm going to flip the phone around and you're going to look at the virtual office on my computer. I'm actually going to show you my virtual office feed, and I'm going to train you right off of my virtual office. So let me see if I can get my notes over here on the right side, and I've got the virtual office over here on the left side. If I can get that over there. There we go. All right, and here we go. Let's see if you guys can see this. All right, I know if I turn it sideways, you're not going to be able to see. So I'm going to put my mouse on the computer. There's my mouse. And if we scroll up, I'll zoom in a little bit when I'm working on different things. But this right now, what you're looking at is called your dashboard. So right after you log in, Very first thing you're going to see is a big welcome. And then you're going to see some buttons across the top and some buttons across the left side. So these are the buttons across the top: summary, rank qualification, and getting started. And these are the buttons down the left side: dashboard, member, news, essential rewards, quick order, my organization, member resources, message center, my account. So let's go back to our main dashboard right here. When I am first training somebody, I don't want to give them information overload. So when I'm doing a teacher training, there's two buttons that I go over when I'm training them. This one right here, rank qualification, if you can see right in the top, that's how you watch yourself. That's how you know how to rank up. And then the next one is my organization right there, which is how you watch your team. So those are the two that I go through when I am training in the 3-page teacher training that's in the appendix. All right. Then I give them 2 homework assignments. The 2 things they have to do when they're on their own after they've left and we're done with the teacher training is the getting started tab, which we'll take a look at in 1 second. And then member resources. You see member resources right there on the left side. So getting started is a whole bunch of videos about Young Living. They're all these little 3-minute videos. And as you watch them, it's going to check them off. It's going to check them there and there and there as you're going through. All right. And then the second button is member resources, which is over here on the left side of the page. If you click on this, so getting started is videos, member resources, which I just clicked in up and it logged me out here. You see all these little blue documents. These are all, they're all docs. So it's not videos, it's documents. So they've got, right here is how you sign up for direct deposit. There's compliance training. They've got frequently asked questions. One of the things on here is all of the policies and procedures. Those are all the rules of Young Living. You need to read that once so that you know that you can't just sign up your husband after you're married and get 2 paychecks into your house. You're not able to do that. This right here, the Global Leadership Cruise leaderboard. You can click on that and see Johnson my name because we're 26 on the Platinum board and we're going on the cruise. Woohoo! Now I got to sign back in because I timed out. So that's all right. It's a good exercise in teaching you guys how to sign it. So here's my name. You're totally going to laugh at this. My name for my login is I should be asleep because I usually should be sleeping with 5 children. Okay, so let's log back in. Okay, so now we're back on our main dashboard. The 2 buttons that you're responsible for your homework are all the videos under getting started and then reading all those documents. Just lose yourself in it in an afternoon under member resources. The 2 that I'm going to focus on for you is summary. If you hit summary, it's always going to take you back to your main page. We're going to focus tonight on rank qualification, how you watch yourself, and my organization, which is how you watch your team. But first, let me just show you what's on the main page. You see these 2 big buttons on the front, Start the New Year and 'Tis the Season. Those 2 change constantly. Those are the latest news in Young Living, and if you click on them, it's going to take you to a news story. Shopping just shows you what you have sitting in your Essential Rewards cart, or if you placed a quick order. If you have any rewards points, I blow mine pretty much right away, so that's for Essential Rewards. If you have any credits on your account, how do you get credits on your account? A number of different ways. Maybe they're running a promo for Essential Rewards. Maybe one of your uplines credits your account so that you have some spending money on there. A lot of ways to get it. And then OGV is what your volume is. Right now we are platinums on the cusp of diamonds. So our OGV, we're about a quarter of the way through the month, and we're at 52,000. We tend to peak around the 20th of the month. So our OGV will probably end about 220 to 230,000 this month. This is how much I spent so far this month. And PGV, we're going to talk about that at length at the end of the video. Then if you scroll down a little bit farther, you can see the anatomy of your business. And you can see generally, Young Living business, if you're out there doing classes, it's going to look more like this, not up and down and up and down and up and down. You're not going to see the peaks and valleys. And then underneath that, my organization, you can see how many people are on your team. We have 3,652. How many people have hit silver rank or above? How many new members we have this month so far? A quarter of the way through the month, we've added 60 people. We add between 200 and 300 people a month, and on really good months, 400 to 500 people a month. And then how many are about to go inactive. At the beginning of every month, I post that list because if you click on it, you can see how many are going to go inactive. I post that for my team to see so that they go and touch base so that those people don't go inactive. So that's your main dashboard. Now I'm going to click on rank qualification, which is right here at the top. Remember, 3 buttons across the top and then a bunch of buttons down the middle. So if I click on rank qualification, you're going to see this big old green board right in front of you. It's going to tell you what rank you've qualified so far this month. So at this moment, right now, John and I are silvers. We're probably gold tomorrow and platinum by mid next week because we're a very strong platinum team right on the cusp of diamond right now. This right here is your volume, and it shows you so far quarter of the way through the month, we got a volume of about 53,000. And then this tells you exactly what you need to do to rank up. So if you look, there's 4 things you need to do. All of this is number 1. This is number 2, this is number 3, and this is number 4. So number 1 is you have to spend 100 PV to be able to get your paycheck. And that's whether you're a distributor or if you're a Royal Crown Diamond. Doesn't matter what rank you are, it's always 100 PV. If you look across the top, you're going to see these are all the ranks in Young Living. You've got distributor, star, senior star, executive, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, crown diamond, and Royal Crown Diamond. And the 100 PV is whether you're a distributor or you're a Royal. They never change it. And a lot of people ask me, well, Sarah, why does Young Living have a requirement that you have to spend 100 PV to get your paycheck? Well, the reason is because it teaches you about the product. All right. How can you talk about the product if you're not actually getting the product in your house? You can't actually talk about it. The other thing is it's a payoff for all of the work that you've done on laying the groundwork in building a team. So if all your leaders and all of their teams are spending 100 PV, it creates a nice solid foundation for you to be able to rank up. So the first thing you have to do to be able to rank is spend 100 PV. And that goes for any rank. You got to have your 100 PV in or you don't get your paycheck. Next requirement is based on your volume, your OGV, your organization group volume. And this is different depending on what rank you are. So the first rank that you hit is a star, and you have to have a volume, which is every single month at 500 OGV. You can hit that with 1 class. So that would be your purchase, and then the purchases of everybody underneath you. Your purchase, and then everybody underneath you. Organization group volume. So star every month does 500 OGV. A senior star is 2,000 every month. Executive is 4,000. Silver is 10,000. A gold is 35. That's almost for Crown 7,000 a month, and a does 1.5 million like a Ponzi scheme. Actually, I'll address that. I have no problem addressing that. A Ponzi scheme is illegal in the United States. All right. It's another word for it is a pyramid scheme. Amway was sued by the federal government in 1978, the year that I was born, because the federal government alleged that they were a Ponzi scheme, and they were taken to court and they lost. Okay. In other words, the federal government lost and Amway won the court battle. And ever since then, it has been allowed. Here, let me flip the screen around so you guys can look at me. There we go. Can you guys see me all right? Let me address the Ponzi scheme question here real quick, and then we'll get right back into it. Is it really that cold? You're freezing. Very, very funny. Can you guys see me all right now? You okay? Thumbs up. I'm not getting any freezing on this end, so hopefully you guys are all okay. All right, there we go. Y'all are back. So in 1978, Amway was sued by the federal government because the federal government alleged that they were a pyramid scheme. What a pyramid scheme is, or a Ponzi scheme in the United States, is you pay for a product and then that product never shows up on your door. It never comes, okay? Do you guys see that right there? That's one of many, many, many oils racks in my house and many oils collections. I have over $30,000 worth of oils. Every time I have ordered oils, the oils have shown up at my door, which means that it's not a Ponzi scheme, okay? It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's totally legal in the United States. Young Living is a billion-dollar network marketing company. What it is a business without a brick and mortar store, which means the middleman is cut out. When you go place an order, you're ordering it directly from the farm, and it ships from the farm to your house. There is no store. There is no warehouse. There is no middle guy. There is no storefront, brick and mortar. They have to pay rent to and pay utilities and all of that. It's completely, totally straight from Young Living, from the growers that grow the oils, which is awesome. It's actually the best business model out there because you're cutting a ton of expenses by not having to have the middle guy out there. So, like I said, Amway was sued in the 70s and they won. They won the battle. And ever since then, network marketing companies have thrived across the United States, including Young Living, which has the honor of being a billion-dollar network marketing company. Very, very few network marketing companies ever cross the billion-dollar mark. Most network marketing companies fail in 7 years. Young Living has been around for almost 23 years now, 3 times the length of the average network marketing company. So if you're looking for security and you're looking for a safe place to start your family business, you just found the right company. Okay? You just found the right company. It's awesome. All right, back to our training. on the rank qualification. I'm going to pop back over again. Hopefully everything's all right for you, and we can get off the screen quickly. So the second thing is based on volume. A star is $500 a month. Senior star is $2,000. Executive is $4,000. Silver is $10,000 every month. $35 for gold. $100 for platinum. $250,000 a month for a diamond. $750,000 a month for crown diamond, and $1.5 million a month for a Royal Crown diamond. Now, the third thing that you have to do, to rank up in Young Living is you have to have a leg. What is a leg? It's not that thing attached to the bottom of your body. In network marketing terms, it is a person and a team, and a person and a team. So it's a person with a whole bunch of people underneath them. So for executive, you have to have 2 legs, 2 people doing $1,000 of volume each. So of your 4,000, 2,000 are going to be in your 2 legs. This is the hardest thing to do in Young Living, is establish your legs. Your OGV, your volume is going to come naturally if you're out there teaching. All right. It's just going to come organically. What you need to be focused on from the get-go, if you're out there teaching classes, is to focus on your legs, to build your leaders. And we're going to talk about how to do that in a little bit. So an executive has 2 legs with 1,000 OGV each. A silver is 2 legs with 4,000 OGV each. A gold has 3 legs with 6,000 OGV each. A platinum has 4 legs with 8,000 OGV each. A diamond has 5 legs with 15,000 OGV each. A crown has 6 legs with 20,000 OGV each. And a royal has 6 legs with 35,000 OGV each every single month. That is what legs look like in organizations. So once you have 2 legs at your 1,000 each, you just hit executive rank, which is awesome. Totally awesome. Then the last requirement is PGV. Once you hit the rank of silver, you don't need it until you hit silver. So if you're senior executive, you don't need it. But once you hit silver, you have to have an OGV, a PGV of 1,000. That's volume outside your legs. So it's not under your leaders. It's outside. They're signed as your level 1. So we're going to talk about how to do that when we get to the very end of the training tonight. So is this clear as mud? 4 things you need to have. You need to spend your 100 PV. Your volume needs to be at a certain volume. You have to have legs. So executives have to have legs. And then you have to have a certain amount of PGV, but not until you hit silver. Then the nice thing about the virtual office is if you scroll down just a little bit lower, it takes all of this and it lays it out right in front of you. And as you hit these things, it checks them off. So it's going to tell you what the very next thing you're going to get is the stuff that's lit up in green is the stuff you don't have yet that will happen when you hit the next rank. So right now, Young Living has me set for diamond because that's the next rank we're going to hit. Our personal volume for diamond, we have to spend 100 PV. Look, we already did that this month. So that's checked off. Second is organization volume. We have to have a volume of 250,000 OGV. Just with our essential rewards orders, we're 2/3 of the way there. This last third comes from our regular sales during the month. We could cross 250,000 this month. So we have completed orders, and we have 96,000 in pending auto ship orders. How do you get that number that high? You get people on essential rewards. I love this part of the virtual office because it shows you exactly how much you still have to go to reach your goal. It already does the math for you. Now, see, we haven't hit that yet. So when we hit it, it's going to cross it off. The checkbox will be marked. The next thing, the third part, is leg volume. So you can see we have to have 5 legs for diamond, and they have to be over 15,000. This is what's already clear. This is what has to clear. That's well over 15. She's going to be over 15 like tomorrow. She's going to be over 15 like in 2 days. So these 2 are the only 2 I need to focus on getting over 15. She's already at 10 with only a quarter of the month by. So she's going to hit 15 on her own. I'm only working on my last and final leg to be able to hit diamond. So when those legs are all crossed off, you'll get a check mark in that box and you know your third requirement has hit. And then the last thing is PGV, having $1,000 in volume once you hit silver. And once you've hit that, that is crossed off as well. So I love this because it just lays it all out for you in one really easy to find spot. And you know, hey, if my goal is star, this is what I got to do, hit star this month. And every time you hit a goal, all these little boxes will light up. So gold will be lit up first tomorrow, platinum will be lit up first next week. And we're just down to these 2 boxes to be able to hit diamond. So if you all want to pray over our diamond ship, I will totally take your diamond dust. That is rank qualification. So if we go back to summary, that's going to take us back to the main page. Bam, we're right back where we started. 3 buttons across the top. Summary, rank qualification, and getting started. Those are all the videos I want you to watch. It's your homework assignment. Rank qualification is how you watch you. We just went through that. Now we're looking at the left side of the page. What is all this garbly gook all over here? There's like so many numbers, many letters, I don't even know what they are. When you spend money on Essential Rewards, you're going to accrue Essential Rewards points, which you can use in free oils. And that's what that number is up there. You can only use them under the quick order button. People ask me all the time, well, why can't I get free oils under Essential Rewards? Well, you can't use your free points to accrue more free points. Nanette says she's still unclear on how to build your legs. When we get to the chapter on strategy, Nanette, I'm going to go into really a lot of depth on that and explain to you how to build your legs. We're actually going to hit a little bit at the very end of this video right now, all right? But I'll hit it in a lot of depth a little bit later on. So let's look at these buttons right here. Member news is where the latest news is, and that's where you're going to see the leaderboard for the Global Leadership Cruise was just put up a couple hours ago, and John and I are on that board, on the Platinum board, so we will be going on that cruise, which is awesome. Essential Rewards is the only way that you can order under ER. So if you have not signed up for Essential Rewards yet, I really recommend that you do it, especially if you're a business builder, because you get 10% back right away on every single thing that you spend. So if I click on Essential Rewards, it's going to take me to the Essential Rewards page. Oh, there we are. So now I hit two buttons here. Let me go back to my main page here. My month order. If I go to this, it's going to show you exactly how to sign up for Essential Rewards. It just walks you right through it. You can view your order. You can change your order. You can change the shipping date. You know, your ER order doesn't have to ship the same day every single month. You can set up your payment. You can change your payment. You can change your processing date. You want it early, your total run it on. You can manually process it, get it a little bit earlier. You can view your order history here. It's amazing. If it lights up all in red, that means something's out of stock that you have in your cart and you need to go change it. People ask me all the time, Sarah, why does my order ship exactly the same every single month? I don't understand. Like why? Oh yeah, 910. Yeah, that's how much John and I spend on supplements every month. When y'all are platinums, you guys are going to be spending that much on your supplements too every single month. So, why does it ship the same stuff every month? I get asked that a lot. It's because people are ordering supplements and they don't have to bump it out of their cart and put it back in and bump it out of their cart and put it back in every single month. So this is how you accrue your Essential Rewards points, is by ordering on ER. You guys have to spend 100 PV to be able to get your paycheck anyway. You might as well spend 90 PV, okay? Do you have a training for us to increase our team's ER percentage? I sure do. It's going to be included in Game Plan, all right? And we will get to it when we talk about ER. So for Essential Rewards, the first month, the very first day that you're on ER, you get 10% back right away. Like bam, smack dab, done right away. After 4 months, you get 20% back on Essential Rewards. And after 25 months, you get 25% back. So you're literally getting paid to buy your laundry soap and your like cleaner for your counters in your kitchen. It's awesome. And restocking your oils. It's matter of fact, most of my oils that I have in my house were because of Essential Rewards or because of my paycheck. They were amazing. Dana says, I'm going to have to talk to the universe about being able to afford $910 a month. That's really funny. No, as your paycheck grows, you'll be able to afford that. You know, you'll be able to afford that. Speak life over your business. $910 is a drop in the bucket. So the next thing I want you guys to see is quick order. This is the button you use if you just got to pop on and get some toothpaste. I really recommend you try to get everything on Essential Rewards because you accrue points for it, guys. So try to place one order a month and get it all on ER. There's 2 times when I will use quick order. Number 1, Young Living is having a knockout good promo. Like this month, it happens to be Helichrysum and Peace and Calming. So I'm going to be placing a quick order and an Essential Rewards order because I want those 2 oils more than I want the points. So did you know that if you place it on quick order and you place a 300 PV order on Essential Rewards, you can get it twice? You can get the rewards 2 times. Every person can get them twice. So I'm going to make sure I place 300 here and 300 here so I get both of oil because that's a really sweet deal this month. The other time that you can use it is if you've got these points up here that you've accrued, you cannot get them under Essential Rewards. You have to accrue them. You have to use them under quick order. So those 2 times, I'm totally okay with you guys doing quick order. Outside of that, you really need to be doing everything on Essential Rewards so that you're getting free points, all right, free oils. My organization we'll look at in just a second. That's how you watch your team. Member resources we already talked about. Those are all the documents that you just need to like lose yourself in a Sunday afternoon on. Message Center is where you get messages from Young Living or from your upline. My account is pretty cool. That's how you guys go watch your paycheck. All right, so if I click on my account, you can also track your orders as well in Young Living and see. So there's my ugly mug right there, and my distributor number. And then if you scroll down, you can see all of your orders. If you click on recent order, you can actually see your order, and you can see when it was shipped. You can get the shipping tracking number. Then you can look at commissions, guys. And this is my why. Like, this is totally why I do Young Living right here. I told you when I first started my business, my very, very first paycheck when I began Young Living, there it is right there, $345.91. My second paycheck, my third paycheck, my fourth paycheck, fifth paycheck. Then I went to $3,000, then $4,500 a month, and then gradually increased a couple months later, $6,500 a month, $7,800 a month, $8,700 a month. You know, Young Living is medical certainty, guys. If you stick at it and you stay on the horse, it keeps growing. 9,000, 9,300, 9,600, 11,000, 13,000. All right. That's what happens when you continue with your Young Living business. Don't give up. That's the best advice I can give you. Don't give up. Just keep going at it. Even on the days that you're discouraged, just stick with it. The nice thing, if you click on number and you look at it, did you know that your checks are all broken down? Specifically, you can see exactly what you got paid on. You can see your start. You can click on it and see who gets your level. See exactly how you paid on level. Levels, which leaders you got paid on. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Actually, see your start. You can see if I click on my level 1s, I actually see the names of the people that I got paid on and how much I made. My breakdown. Okay, I can see all that right in my details. So it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. You can, if you're an emerald personality, a green personality, y'all are going to absolutely love the My Account button because you can track everything in here. Last button that I'm going to show you is My Organization. So if you're following me on the left side, go over to My Organization. This is one of the most important buttons on your entire team. This is how you watch everything's going on in your business. So if I go to November, just picking any random month, we had about 3,500 people on the team, and you can look through. We had, here's platinum, we got silver, silver, executive. If I go to December, I could see all my leaders here in December. We had an OGV of about 220,000, and then these are all my leaders. So it's really nice. You can see all your leadership on the team. So you got silver. We have about 12 silvers on the team right now, on the Oil Ability team. And you can see how many members you have. You can see your rank, and it's got it colored right here. You can see the name of the person that you're looking at, what level they are, their number, how much they spent, what their OGV is, and then whether or not they're on auto ship, and if their auto ship went through. The nice thing I like too is if you click on this green button, you can actually get all of the details about them. You can get their phone number, their address, you can get everything about them, and their email. And it's awesome because it is, let me see if I can bump you back here. Y'all are frozen. There we go. I'm going to go back to the main screen so that you guys don't get so discouraged with it. If you click on those things, then you can see all of their personal information, and that is how I do my follow-up with my team is by clicking on that little green head. So we've gone through all the buttons on the side. We've gone through all the buttons on the top. Let's go right back into our boot camp training, and then we're going to wrap it up for the evening. You guys are almost at the very, very, very end of training tonight. So thank you. Thank you for hanging in here with me. Your homework for this evening, if you have not done it, we just did a full tour of the virtual office, and it's nice because if you don't have the ability to sit next to your leader side by side and walk through them with it, you can now shoot them this video and give them a full virtual office tour. So your homework for this evening, hopefully you guys are like just breathing brain power in like crazy to absorb all of that. I want you to go to the game plan book and read chapter 6 in game plan, which is going to go even more in depth in the stuff that I just went through with you guys. I want you to open up your game plan workbook to chapter 6 and do the chapter 6 homework in your workbook. So I've got you clicking on the getting started tab in your workbook and watching all of the videos. I want you to go to member resources and just get lost in those documents, especially policies and procedures. And I believe most of the virtual offices are the same, but there are a couple of countries that are slightly different. So if you're working with Mexico, they might have a little bit of a different VO. Okay, a little bit of a different. I believe everybody's on the new virtual office though now, so that's good. I don't think any countries are still in the old VO. Go to member resources. I want you to get lost in the documents as part of your homework, you can practice ordering. Maybe you've never even placed an order before and you're not sure what your first order should be. I'd like you to go practice ordering by going into Quick Order and order the D. Gary Young World Leader in Essential Oils book. It's about $25. I'm giving you permission to drop $25 on that book. It's one of the best books in all of Young Living. It explains purity like I've never seen purity explained before. Why can't you just go out and buy cheap oil? You'll know after you read that. You'll know what Gary went through to make sure this is the purest oil on the face of the earth. Then on page 21 in the workbook, if you're right here, I want you to write out some terms. Not often am I going to make you write out terms for the training, but tonight I am going to make you write it out because there's some things that you really need to know how to do. All right. Let me pop back up here. I want you to write out, what is OGV? What is PV? What is PGV? Here's a hint. In the Appendix M to the game plan book, I give you all the answers if you don't know the answers. I've got a chapter titled Young Living Ease, which just goes through all the speech in Young Living. Maybe you don't really understand what PV is and it's really confusing to you. If you go look at Appendix M, it explains all of that. Sometimes it feels like you might be speaking a totally different language. In the workbook, I have a little nugget in there that is not in the strategy on where to place people once they sign up for kits. I'm going to talk about that for 60 seconds and then we'll end here tonight. Somebody just asked what the name of the book is. It's called Game Plan, the complete strategy guide to go from starter kit to silver in Young Living. And this is available on Amazon if you don't have a copy. Share with your teams. I'd also recommend if you're doing the boot camp to get the workbook as well so that you can do the homework assignments. The workbook customizes the book for your team. So Game Plan is your strategy guide. Workbook customizes it specifically for you. It takes the strategy and it puts feet to it for you and your organization. So here's a little nugget that I want to give you guys for tonight. We're going to talk about PGV. This is not in the book anywhere. When we hit platinum, our legs and our OGV crossed within 3 hours of each other for the very first time on the exact same day. It looks like the same thing it looks like the same thing is going to happen when we hit diamond. Our legs and our OGV are set to hit like within a day of each other, about exactly the same time. That is a well-strategized team. You're not waiting for one or the other to cross. You don't have your 250,000 OGV or your 10,000 OGV to hit silver for a year and then you have your leg. You want them to hit at the same time. So if your legs and your OGV cross at the same time, then you strategize your team really, really well. Hey, Sherry, could you grab me the D. Gary Young book up there? Everybody's asking me what the name is. Thanks. So I'll tell you the OGV is going to hit a lot faster than you ever imagined it would. It's going to fly by you. So you really want to make sure that you've got your legs in place because most people are waiting on legs and not OGV. Usually it's the legs that slow you down. So let's talk about PGV for one moment. All right. PGV is the silent killer for new business. It is the thing that will totally take you out. All right. I mean, absolutely take you out when you go to silver. So it'll like sneak up on you. This little nugget is only in the workbook and not in the book. PGV is personal group volume. It is volume outside the two legs that you need to get to executive and to get to silver. Most people pick two people from the get-go and they just build under those two people because they know that they need two to hit executive and to hit silver. They need two leaders. So they just pick two and they build and build and build and build and build. Let me tell you why that's not a good idea. To do that, to rank silver, you have to have 1,000 PGV. That's 1,000 in volume outside your two legs. All right, 1,000 every single month. That would be your order, and then the orders of 9 people that are under you as level ones, people that you signed, where you're the sponsor and the enroller. They're directly underneath you. All right, so that would be you placing an order, and then 9 people under you placing 100 PV order. That would get you to 1,000 PV. Or you placing your 100 PV order, and then 18 people underneath you spending 50 PV a month. Or you placing your 100 PV order and 3 people underneath you placing 300 PV a month. So you have to have a few people underneath you outside of your legs that are placing orders every single month, or not to have your 1,000 PGV. So how do you do that? How do you get that 1,000 PGV so that you've got it when you go to hit silver? Basically, what I tell people is once you rank up, you're gonna be pouring your attention into your leaders. So the best time to build PGV in your organization is right now. It's right when you first start your business. You don't have any leaders you have to pour into, so just sign everybody under you. Okay, for the first 8 weeks of your classes, if you're teaching 4 to 6 classes a month, if you're teaching 1 class a week, you're going to teach 8 classes in that time. Just sign everybody up under you. Bam, bam, bam. You're the sponsor. You're the enroller. You're the sponsor. You're the enroller. We're going to talk about going super wide. All right, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Most people totally forget about PGV. So for the first 8 weeks, and 8 weeks only, Eric, only 8 weeks, for the first 8 weeks in those first 8 classes, I sign everybody up under me. They're all my level ones. All right. And so I do the follow-up. I get them on Essential Rewards so that their families are blessed by an oily lifestyle. If you hold 8 classes in 8 weeks and you sign 3 people at each class, you're going to have a team of 24 in 8 weeks. All right. And they'll all be level 1 distributors. If 30% of them get on Essential Rewards, which is standard network marketing numbers, it's very standard for Young Living, you'd have 8 people on Essential Rewards and you would have all of the the PGV that you need to be a silver. Okay, just from the first 2 months of running your business. Once you have that, you never have to worry about PGV again. It'll always be there. Whether you're Royal Crown Diamond or Silver, you'll always have your PGV. Now, once you've held 2 months of classes, and this is addressing what Eric was just talking about, once you've got that PGV, once you have your 1,000 in place and you've got those people signed under you, then all of your attention goes on your legs. All of them. All right. What I do is I wait to see pops. We have a team for it on our team, which is called popping. A person who pops is somebody who's constantly texting you all the things that they see the oils doing, and they're spending 300 PV on ER every single month, or 100 PV on Essential Rewards or on Quick Order every single month. They're the person that gets their kit and then runs home and sells the kit to their mom and sells the kit to their sister. That's the person you want to train. That's the person that you're walking through. All right. That's a person. So the minute somebody pops, then I put my attention on them. They are a business builder. You only need 2 of them to be able to get to silver. All right. You only need 2. So what I will do with that person who pops is I take the 3-page teacher training, which somebody was just asking me about. It's in the appendix of the game plan book, which you can get on Amazon. And I'll go through it with them that week while they're on fire, while they got that fire and they're ordering stuff on ER and they're excited about the oils and they're selling kits to their mom and their friends. It takes about 30 minutes to do the teacher training with them. During that training, you do the virtual office tour like we just did tonight. All right. You just show them the 2 buttons on the virtual office and give them the 2 buttons as a homework assignment. Then I encourage them to hold classes. I give them Game Plan Mini, which is a vision casting book that shows them why doing Young Living business is better than the job that they're at. It's a $2 book. And then I help them through marketing and hosting their first class and doing follow-up. Once they go through that cycle of doing their first class, then I will give them the game plan book and I will give them the workbook, or I'll have them order it, and I get them on the boot camp, which will be up forever at oilabilityteam.com. You're never going to lose these videos. We'll always have them up for you. And for those of you that don't have a lot of data to be able to watch them, we're actually going to shoot them in an HD studio, and we're going to have a DVD version of them also, so that you can use those for people that don't have strong enough internet signals. You can get all that at oilabilityteam.com. We're working on it. Now, if you have 1 leader, if I have 1 leader and I don't have those 8 to 10 people under me that are on ER, so I have my PGV, what I'll do is I'll divide my time. So when I teach a class, half of it will go under the leader, and then the other half will go directly under me until I have my 1,000 PGV. I just go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Once your PGV is in place, you don't need to worry about it again, and you can put all your attention on those leaders, all your attention on your leaders. So watch for a second person popping, which usually happens relatively fast. If you're out there talking about the business opportunity and you're handing out those game plan mini books in your classes, it's not going to take very long for somebody to see the business opportunity and get relatively excited. You have to be plugging the business opportunity for them to know that there's a business opportunity. I can't even tell you how many people have told me, Sarah, I didn't even know. I went to a class and I didn't even know they were doing the business. I just thought that they liked the oils. All right. I didn't even know. So, for every other class, though, no matter who I'm helping teach, I just go back and forth until my PGV is established. So sign under me, sign under my leader, sign under me, sign under my leader. Once my PGV is established, all of my attention goes on those leaders. All of it. All the classes I'm teaching are underneath those 2 leaders. And I'll just go back and forth between the leaders so that the legs hit at about the same time. Work with your leaders. You never have to look back at PGV once you've got it. Here's the one thing I will tell you, and we're going to go into really, really strong depth on this when we get deeper into game plan. Only think 2 legs ahead. Never go more than 2 legs ahead when you are building your team. Otherwise, you're going to be really wide and you're not going to have the volume. You're going to have your volume, but you're not going to have the legs in place to be able to rank. All right, let me show you what I mean by this. All right. When you are doing your training, if you are a distributor, think as a senior star. If you were a star, which you'll hit within your first class, think as executive. You can be building your 2 legs for executive once you hit the rank of star. Okay. If you're a senior star, you can work on just 2 legs. Don't go any farther than your 2 legs. If you are an executive, then you can start building your 3rd leg, your gold leg. If you are a silver, then you can start building your 4th leg, your platinum leg. Once you are a gold, then you can start building your diamond leg. If you are a platinum, then you can start building your crown diamond leg. If you're a diamond, then you can start, keep working on your royal crown diamond leg. Don't ever go more than 2 legs ahead. Why? Because you're going to be really wide and you're not going to have the legs, and your volume is going to get there way before your legs are in place. All right. Now, admittedly, there's going to be a couple of times where leaders pop and you weren't counting on them. You guys are asking me how many legs I have. This is it. All right, this is it. I basically got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legs, 7 legs, 8 legs, 9 legs. I've got 9 legs going right now. I only need 6. These guys popped accidentally. I don't have a ton of these. Everybody underneath here, these are all people just ordering that are my level 1s that are not business builders. I am not super, super duper wide. And if you look, I put my attention just into the top 5. See, these down here, they don't have a lot of my attention. They're growing on their own. These guys, I'm putting all my attention on those legs right now. You don't ever want to think wider than 5 legs, because what's going to happen is you're going to have a whole bunch of legs, and you're going to have the volume, and you're going to have a bunch of legs at 1,000, and you're not going to be able to rank up. Okay? You're not going to be able to rank up because you're way too wide and you're just not deep enough. You guys understand the strategy to ranking? We're going to go into more depth in this when we get deeper into game plan. But basically, work on your PGV first. So if you're just starting your business, just sign them under you. It's the easiest team to strategize because you don't have a team. So sign everybody under you. You're the sponsor. You're the enroller. Sign them, sign them, sign them, sign them. As soon as somebody pops, then you divide your attention. You do one class, you sign under your leader. The second class, you sign under you. The next class under your leader. The next class under you. Then when you have another person pop, you put your attention on the 2 legs. As soon as your PGV is established and you got 8 people on ER, never look back. Put all of your attention on your leaders and only think 2 legs ahead. You don't need 5 legs when you are a star. You don't. It's going to take you forever to hit gold and forever to hit silver. If you got a gazillion leaders, you don't need that at that rank. So only think 2 legs ahead. Okay. Only think 2 legs ahead. Hopefully that is as clear as mud. Somebody was asking me when Game Plan Mini will be available. We're hoping 2 weeks. All right, we're hoping on Game Plan Mini. It's not very far, but my goal is to keep that sucker as cheap as we possibly can so you can hand it out like candy to business prospects. We're going to go more into strategy when we hit Chapter 18. When we hit Chapter 18, I promise I'll go way deep on this, and you guys will be like totally ready for it because you'll have all of this as the foundation. All right, y'all have survived Chapter 6. We talked about a little bit about strategy. You got a full tour of the virtual office. So you are putting people under your leaders that are not selling. If they're committed to spending 100 PV, I consider them a business builder. Yes. All right, yes. Ideally, that person's out there holding classes. That would be the ideal business builder. But if they're not, and you can't raise business builders and you're having a hard time finding people, although I'm going to train you how to find business builders during the plan also. If you're just not sure how to do that yet, then pick your mom so that you can get to executive. Okay, pick your mom. I encourage people to do that. Just make sure she's willing to spend the PV. What I will not do is I will not build under somebody not willing to spend the PV. Maybe your level 2 will be your business builder and your level 1 ends up being your best friend who gets super blessed by you building a leg underneath them because your level 2 is your leader that takes off. And that's totally okay too. All right, totally okay too. So you survived Chapter 6, which is the techiest chapter of the book. We're not going to get as techie as this again. Great job. Now tomorrow is critical, absolutely critical. We're going to talk about being an expert, and I'm going to give you so many third-party tools like this one right here. You guys were asking about this. D. Gary Young, the world leader in essential oils. It's on Young Living's site. It's purity. Why purity matters. Why you cannot buy from other oils companies that are just making oils for $3 a bottle. Why you can't do that. All right, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. But the biggest thing is I'm going to give you tools to empower you to feel really comfortable sharing without knowing all, without being the expert. So if you love this book, if you're enjoying the Game Plan Bootcamp, right here, Game Plan, if you enjoy it, would you guys bless me tonight and go to Amazon and leave me a positive review? Share the bootcamp with your teams. Let's get more and more people on here. Let's give the blessing of this set to as many people out there so we can get oils into every home in the world so that you guys can go Royal Crown or bust. All right. So you guys can do it. Y'all are Diamond Rising. All right. Pop it on your page. Promote the boot camp. We're changing lives, guys. You're making a difference. And the more of your leaders you get on this boot camp, the more lives we're going to change. So day 7 is tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I will see you then. Team Young Living forever. Let's crash the site again. That was a lot of fun. My web admins are going to kill me for saying that. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, check it out. Oilabilityteam.com. Free audio up there, free graphics up there. There's tons of free stuff that will grow your business. ER images. It's going to rock your world. Oilabilityteam.com. Hashtag Diamond Rising. Love you guys. And I will see you tomorrow night. We're going to talk about why you don't need to be an expert. And then Wednesday, how to fill classes without knowing people. This is a very powerful week. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.